Chapter 74. In high school, I had a boyfriend. Let's call him Moikolo. I was in grade 11 and he was grade 13. What grades are those? Is that America? So me and Moikolo started dating after a party that my uncle threw. My uncle is also in grade 13. He is my mum's little brother. I obviously didn't want my uncle, let's call him Pukio, to know about me and his friend, so we kept it on the D-low. Every morning when me and my uncle were dropped off to school, he would go to Moikolo and I would go to my friends. Once the bell went, I would walk out of the school gates and he would meet me at the dairy just down the road. We would do the bad things on the park bench. In public! I know, how paru. Paru is the right word. Fast forward a couple of months, Pukio finds out. I didn't know he knew until one day he stayed home from school, and when me and Moikolo went to our usual park, Uncle Pukio was there. The only way I would keep his mouth shut was if I gave him my punani. What? I know, sis. Kiunga much. You're getting ripped today. Few months later, I fell pregnant. Lord have mercy. I didn't know who owned the baby, to be honest. But when I gave birth, Pukio was there. To this day, I still don't know who the dad is, but everyone says he looks like Pukio, and me and Pukio are still at it. Love you, uncle. Wow. Bob's really your uncle, eh? My God, that's gross. All right, next one. This all happened in 2019. My baby daddy is the sluttiest MF out. He really thinks he be all that, but he's all shit. Let's clear that right up. Okay, I feel like this one is going to be lethal. Anyway, not 1 week after I'd given birth, that MF was already cheating again. I kicked his ass to the curb, and 2 months after, his OP hit me up. Op. What is an OP? Do you mean PO, parole officer? Op. I've never heard of op. Me being the dumbass that I am, tried playing hard to get, knowing damn well that guy be fine as fuck. He asked if I wanted to go on a date, and one day we went bungee jumping, then the movies, and after we chilled at my favorite beach, not in Auckland. Okay. He is honestly the sweetest guy I've ever met. As the night progressed, we started to do the bad things. My baby daddy called me while we were doing the bad things, and OP and I were laughing in between, muting the call while my baby daddy was begging for me back. It was the best bad things experience of my life. Bigger and better. Them BBCs don't be lying. Okay, I know damn well what a BBC mean. After that, I had been seeing the op regularly. Op knew I was still doing my baby daddy. Girl, I fell pregnant to the op. We both knew. This op is pissing. What is op? We both knew and decided not to tell anyone. So I told my baby daddy that the baby was his. Fast forward to now, I'm with the baby daddy, still sleeping with the op. He's my other boyfriend on the D-low, because he fell in love with me, and our son is 3. 3. My son calls the op dad, and we do things together as a family. My baby daddy still doesn't know my son isn't his. Baby daddy is from Central, while op is from Southside. Let me tell you, sis, the truth shall set you free, okay? That was a lot. Next one. Years ago, our pulenga had a combined service, and this guy reckons smooth operator me and slipped me his number. Let's call him Maile. Oh my God. Fast forward, we were in a full-blown relationship, and let's just say every combine meant the kissy ones outside the hall. Okay. Maile's family started to find out about us, and they were all good with it, besides this one sister-in-law he had. She absolutely hated me since the moment she found out about us. One night, Maile wanted to come pick me up from uni, but his phone was on 1%. So I walked to the car and told him we'll swap phones until my lecture finishes so I can charge his phone in class. I don't think he realized he had enough time to delete anything, because when this guy gave me his phone, he had text messages back and forth with a girl who he made plans with the next day to pick her up from her home and wishing her good night and shit. I walked out of class and went straight outside and threw his phone at his windscreen, and it cracked! I bust the windows out your car. I confronted him and he told me to calm down and that it was his brother messaging his genge from his phone and tried to calm me down by telling me he loves me and only me, blah, blah, blah. Young and naive, I believed him after he had picked his phone and smashed it into pieces to prove his point. We waited for his sister to come get us because Mele's windscreen was all over the car park. I never heard from him after that night because I knew he was phoneless. 3 days later, I finished uni and went to his house to see if he had bought a new phone. Mele wasn't home, but his parents pulled me outside and told me that I shouldn't be with Mele anymore because for the past 5 years, they had been trying to separate his forbidden relationship with his sister-in-law that always hated me. Sorry? His mum cried and told me they've come home and have caught them doing the bad things and they've gotten many hidings over their relationship. His mum cried and told me that she had 2 abortions so far and that they're ashamed, but they had to do what they had to do to bury the secret happening in their household. They had even sent her to Samoa to separate them, but sis found her way back into the country. Disgusted as I was, I cut ties with Mele straight away, and he tried for 3 years to get back with me, not knowing that his parents told me everything. Wow. I'm just glad you're not one of those girls who decided to pursue little boys like that. Gross.